Okay guys, so got the 2004 6x6 Ranger in the shop tonight. A lot of you guys probably figured I was giving up on this thing because I took the doors and the back window and put it on the 900. But I'm not quite ready to abandon this Ranger yet. So yesterday went to one of the Polaris dealers around here and picked up a few things. This here is a glass back window. It does not have the slider, it's just a solid glass window. And that will pop right in just like the slider that I took for my 900. So this is not too bad. This is like $350 for this, so this is not too bad. The slider's over $700, so I wasn't gonna go with the slider on this thing. So I do want the glass though. The glass is really important to me because this glass is a lifetime deal. If you get the poly, it can start scratching and stuff like that. I've heard chemicals can actually cause it to pit too. So I like to go with glass anytime I can do that. So this should last the life of the Ranger unless you break it out. Okay guys, so installing this rear window is pretty much as easy as just dropping it in place. Locking it down. There we go. One rear window panel. So that's in place. Wish everything was that easy. But anyway, I made it to fit that, so that's what it does. A lot of work went into making sure that fit like it does. Got something else here. I picked up a set of the canvas doors for a 900 because they should fit all that work I did making my frame. They should fit on this Ranger. Okay, so I'm not real happy with the situation right here. Basically, I have these doors and I am missing a bunch of things. I believe this box was opened and it was partially assembled to be installed on a machine, and then it was put back quickly and exchanged or something. I don't know what happened, but I am missing keys. I'm missing a door striker and a door striker bracket. And the bag was cut open and all the hardware was strung out through the whole box. When I opened it up, there's bolts, nuts, hinges, everything just all over the place. And I actually, one of the doors has been poked 3 times. I didn't go all the way through, but it's poked good enough that it's kind of damaged the windows. So I'm gonna call the Polaris dealer. We're gonna see what happens, and hopefully I get this straightened out. Shouldn't have to pay full price for what looks like a used door set. Okay, so I called the Polaris dealer up. And by the way, this is not the same dealer that I bought this Ranger from that I was not happy. This is actually a different one. And actually, I'm really happy with how they treated this situation. I called them up, told them the situation with the doors, how they were been opened and there's missing parts, and they had another set of canvas doors there. So they told me come in, we swap them out. They took this new kit, opened it all up, we made sure all the parts were there and made sure the doors were damage free. So this is the second set of doors that I'm going to try to install. Okay guys, so when you get this door kit, it's going to come in this kind of flattish box. There's going to be 2 of these canvas doors inside. There should be anyway. You're going to get instructions. And then you're also going to have a box here, a narrow box, and this is going to have all the hardware and all the hinges and everything else, door handles. Everything you're going to need to install it will be in the box. Should be in the box anyway. The construction of these canvas doors is pretty interesting, guys. It's pretty much just rod, and the rod is the frame, and then they take a canvas material and it is velcroed all the way around. You can actually replace this canvas on here, it looks like. Don't know if they offer a replacement or not, but it could be replaced, looks like. Like I said, these are really nice, no damage. Everything was factory sealed. And yeah, I got to assemble these now. You've got to put on the hinges. There's an upper hinge and I guess a lower hinge you'd call that. You do have to cut the canvas. You got to slit it to be able to get a bolt inside there. You're going to notice that right there where the latch goes, it's already cut out for you. It's slit. You will have to trim this up a little bit once you get the door handle in, but they got it cut and they got the little slits for the holes for the bolts even on the handle. Get the hinges on. And we'll be able to set it up here. See how she's gonna work. Well, I got them installed. You can see they have the same exact shape as the other doors, except for right here. You see I'm gonna have to do something with that. I gotta get some new panels, new side panels, because I ruined those with the other doors, but we'll keep them, I guess, just in case if something would happen I get hard doors again. I'm gonna need them, but you never know with me here. So they fit pretty good. I had to kind of tweak them. What's good about these canvas doors is you can tweak them a bit, because they're nothing more than some hinges. And even these, I had to tweak these a little bit. I had to tweak this side. I had to actually bend this hinge a little more. I just took a big crescent wrench, took a glove on here and just kind of bent it a little bit to get it to seal better right here, because there's a pretty good sized gap there, but I got it real good now. The only place that I'm not real happy with how it is sealing is right here on both sides of the doors. For some reason there's a dip right here. I don't understand why there's a dip where it goes inward like that, and I don't understand why that's in there, but I don't know, it's all right. For what these doors are, these are not like the hard doors. They're not going to be quite as nice, but I've got them fairly tight, so they kind of pop out pretty good. The door latch is not near as nice as the other doors. Again, it's Yeah, they're not near as nice as the hard doors. But for what this is, these are going to work out good for me. The hinges there, I had to do some adjustment on that to get everything fitting right. Striker, had to change the striker too. I'm using a regular bolt here because the original striker for some reason is too long, and it's actually hitting right here. So I had to go and get a bolt, and I'm using that, and it's working just fine. I think that's what I'm going to go with. I thought about getting a shorter striker, trying to find one, but that bolt is working just fine. Had to put some washers on the mount here to bring the mount this way a little bit, because like I said, it is really tight. The door is really tight. You got to slam it pretty good to get it to latch, but that's going to do a few things. It's going to make it shutting the door harder, but it's going to give me a better seal all the way around the door. So I think I'm going to take the harder shutting, you know, over a door that isn't quite sealed in some areas. And I think that as these sit on here shut, and as they kind of form to the machine, I think they're going to get a little easier to shut. But overall, guys, I'm really happy with how these turned out. They actually fit the machine a little better. The other doors, they stuck out really far and made this thing look like a mile wide when you step back and looked at it. You know, it was like the Ranger was a mile wide, but now you can see. You see, it looks much better. I mean, the other doors were nicer, a lot nicer, but these are going to serve the purpose. You know, for a second Ranger, I'm going to run this thing probably when I'm working on the other one, or I'm probably going to leave my back blade on this thing because it's the 6x6 and it's kind of heavy duty. It handles that back blade like nothing. So I'm going to probably leave the back blade on this thing. It'll be my workhorse. And same thing over here, bolt. Had to space it out. And I'm gonna have to change that out. I'm gonna have to figure out something down here to seal up against there. I am contemplating actually getting a 900 side piece and seeing if I can't make it work on there. You know, kind of cut it up and make it work for that. And it would already have the perfect sealing surface right here for that. I think they're cheap enough. I may try one. Maybe before I even buy new side panels, I might try a 900 piece. But that's another day, guys. Like I said, you got to kind of slam that pretty good. And again, this side, for some reason, I have no idea, has that indentation there. But these are canvas doors, guys, so just to keep the bulk of the wind and everything off you. So one last thing I'm going to do to this before I call it good is I'm going to add a drip rail on the roof side, all the way on the top side, just to help that top side seal. And in the wintertime here, we get snow and everything, and if it happens to be outside, I don't want this to freeze up on the top side. So I'm going to add a little drip rail just on the roof part. Thought I was going to add it all the way around the door here, but I think I'm going to be okay. With the way the door is sealing, I think I'm going to be all right the way it is. Well, that's going to do it, guys, for this one. Got my drip rail up there. It's just tack welded on. Went around here, ended there. It's just on the roof. Like I said, it's just a drip rail for the top side. And it's tack welded on, and I'm gonna put seam sealer on there to make it nice. Kind of transition there. But it fits really good in there. The door fits it. I'm happy. That pretty much completes the cab on this thing. So next thing is I gotta pull it all apart and I'm gonna start painting it. So that'll probably be the next deal. I got a little bit of welding here and there, a little bit of cleanup. And I'm gonna paint it. So I guess, guys, that'll do it for this one. I'll see ya.